Hey, welcome back to the channel. Last night we got a lot of rain, and we got some rain yesterday too. So we're heading back to a location that I know has a waterfall, and it's literally just a few blocks away from the house. We're gonna get a waterfall today. We're gonna get a waterfall today. Okay, I'm gonna say it. We're most likely gonna get a waterfall today, and I'm hoping to get that waterfall today, because that would be awesome. There's a little bit of rain on the rain puddles on the track back to it on the path, so that's usually a really good sign. And I know last night I was woke up by a few downpours, so wish us luck. Okay, so this is gonna kind of be a slightly bummer video for me. I love this area, and I've been concerned, and you'll notice where I am because you'll see that it was in an earlier episode in the winter. There has been so much foot traffic back here around this waterfall that the nature sanctuary has actually cordoned off areas for habitat restoration, and people are tearing down the barriers to go around it. In addition to that, that's on the upper falls. The lower falls, which is my favorite spot because of the flowing roots over the rocks as well as the water, has been trampled all around, and people have taken logs that the nature sanctuary has cut and made bridges through the stream where they're not supposed to be, and just littered the stream with it. This is why we lose really cool local areas, is because people do not have the respect that they need for the area or the concern. They don't realize, or they don't care, that they're doing damage to what they came to see by walking through it in this soil that is very loosely compact. So it's just an annoyance. You know, the one thing I don't do is I don't trample through the woods without a mission or a defined guide. I mean, and in a nature sanctuary of all places to do this kind of, I'm not going to say the word that I'm thinking, okay? I'm not going to do it. I am going to set up, I'm going to try to get a shot, frame out the things that really annoy the heck out of me. Okay, I'm going to walk you through the composition here real quick. We got the back of the camera here so I can do that. My glasses are fogging up to the point that I can't see much in this range. So hopefully I'm back far enough from the camera. Yeah, I can read everything. So the base exposure is a 60th of a second, f9, ISO 100. And the goal is to get this to blur out just a little bit and leave some detail in. Now in the past I've been able to do a shot where you get motion blur from here all the way through, but with the current runoff, the water down below here is kind of murky looking, so I don't think it's going to come off the way I want it to. Plus we don't have enough light punching through the cloud layer and through the canopy today to do that. I'm sorry I went off a little bit ago, but it disappoints me when people come into an area and trash it. And I'd like to thank All Trails for that, for making this the #1 trail in Kansas City. Thanks, All Trails. So we're going to continue walking around a little bit. I'm going to show you that photograph now, and we'll see what else we can find back here. There's usually a lot of cool trees, cool gnarly roots and stuff. That's another thing. I'm using a root from this tree here as a leading line that actually kind of curves into the frame too. That's kind of cool. It's one of my favorite shots, one of my favorite places, but maybe it's time to start charging photographers for coming back here and doing portraits like they have in other areas of town. Here's that photo now. We'll see you in a bit. So here's the raw image of the photo of the waterfall. Notice how I used the leading line of that route going right in to draw you towards the waterfall itself. Here's my post-processed version of it in Lightroom. I did a little bit of tweaking, mostly dodging and burning to finish off the photo. When you take a photo out in the field, that is only half the job. You have to finish up the photo in post-processing. You've always had to do that, whether it was in a traditional darkroom or in the modern digital darkroom. Let me know what you think down below.
All right, so everybody seems to love my geology lessons, so we'll just do it again. Why not? Craig has dubbed it Geosplaining. He says he's going to come up with a little intro, so we'll see how that goes. Anyway, so here we go. This is our next Missouri geology lesson. Here we are at our local waterfall, and you see all these rocks right here. All of this that you see is limestone. We have a lot of it in Missouri, and in our area of Missouri anyway. And the reason being, this whole area was inundated by ocean eons ago. I'd have to go back and look specifically what the dates are. I have them somewhere in the back of my brain, but I can't remember them off the top of my head. But they're what's called cyclothems. We have layers of limestone and we have layers of shale underneath that, or in between that, and there's a whole series of those in the Kansas City metro area. And what that's from is the limestone is depositioned from ocean environments. The shale is depositioned from estuary or near ocean environments where you got low oxygen levels and you end up with mud. So the mud deposits in layers of shale, and the limestone is deposits from the ocean. Ocean organisms shed their skin and then eventually it turns into limestone. But to put it simply, so we have layers of limestone and shale. We call them cyclothems, and that's what you get here. Is you get waterfalls where the limestone is because it sticks out. It doesn't weather as well as the shale, and then the limestone will eventually fall off and the shale will erode from underneath, and you get the streams where the shale is located. So that's what we have here. We have the limestone shelves for the waterfall, and underneath that, why it's collapsing like that is because of the shale underneath. So there you go. There's your Missouri geology lesson.
So we're walking on the trail here, and these are turkeys. Very nicely sized turkeys too. The ones up on the dam there that I just showed you look almost like ostriches for some reason to me today. And this tom here is down a side trail, just kind of sitting there thinking, are these people going to move? Shelley's over there snapping away, of course. So I'll throw one of her photos up here if she likes it or not. Well, if she likes it, I'll throw it up there. If she doesn't, I won't show it to you. I'm that way. I'm hoping that he's going to fan out that feather, the tail fan, but I don't think he's going to for us. But we'll stay here just for a little bit longer and see if he does that. I had to get my camera out, but this new setup makes it really tough to get things in and out of the bag. I'm still using the Osmo mobile gimbal for the phone, and I'm pretty sure I'm going back to an Osmo Pocket. It's just easier for me. The workflow is totally easier. There's some things that I can do with the phone now, though, that I will probably incorporate into future videos. If you can hear that croak, that sounds like a tree frog to me, but good luck finding them. They're really not that easy to find. So there's the turkey, and there's Shelley shooting the turkey, and here's me talking about Shelley shooting the turkey. This is how we shoot turkeys. Yeah. So these are the photos that Shelley came away with from our little adventure that day. She did a really good job of removing some of the clutter that's associated with this upper waterfall area. I showed you the lower waterfall, but she did remove most of the distractions. I just couldn't see through the clutter to see what she saw. But now that I see it, she did a really, really good job. Give her some support down below. Tell her what you think of her photos.
And maybe that will get her to talk a little bit more about them. These are some shots of the turkey that you just saw me talking about. She did a really good job here too. There's a little bit of grass and brush just in front of the turkey. That's why it looks a little blurry in front of the turkey, but I think the turkey's pretty sharp.
So from looking at the back of the camera, I like what I got on that waterfall. Granted, I forgot my filters at home because we've been doing a series called Searching for Landscapes. And in that series, I'm trying to make the pack a little lighter so that I'm just getting reference shots or something that really just steps out and grabs me. So I did not have my circular polarizer on me today for that shot, which I kind of wish I would have had it, because it would have knocked down a lot of that glare. And I know if I don't mention it, somebody's going to call it out in the comments down below. Speaking of which, tell me what you think of that photo down below. Tell me what you think of Shelley's photos down below, because I'm going to include some of her waterfall photos and her turkey photo if it turned out, or if she will let me use it, because I only use it when I get permission. But I just got a thumbs up off camera, so that should be good. So if you like the content that we're doing here on the channel and you haven't yet done so, please hit that subscribe button. It's completely free for you, helps out the channel, tells other people that they might be interested in watching what we're doing. And if you've subscribed and you haven't hit the bell for future notifications, what are you thinking? How are you going to know when I post a new video? Hit that bell. If you like this video, give me a big thumbs up, leave us a comment down below, and once again, thank you all for watching, and we'll see you next time.